the market from Tegla, but he still won. So let's see.
Yeah, but Jupe should have. I don't know. I think Jupe played better than Tegla in a lot of the games. He just kind of threw it away.
All right.
I don't know.
Now let's go for the introduction. In the north we have LB10 in teal, and in kind of the south-ish or to the west of the map we have in red Tegla as the Huns, of course. And
Look at that, LB going for the market.
Yes, he's already going for the market.
Could have called that from a mile away.
Yeah, kind of expected.
Except for he just lost the villager to the scout.
That's not ideal.
It's already kind of a bad start for LB. Oh, they both lost the villager to the scout.
Alright, so it's kind of even on that front. Now LB10 seems to have a little bit of a better start. He's already 5 population ahead. I like that. I'm gonna be a little bit biased, just a heads up for all the viewers.
Yeah, no problem. 8 stables though from LB is insane. That's never gonna work. Oh my god.
Wait, what? 8 stables?
Yeah.
I never told him that.
He did sell his soul though, so maybe it'll work out.
Maybe, I don't know. But I never told him that.
Don't blame Clemenzor.
No, don't blame me. It's a little bit insane. It's a little bit all-in-ish, I guess, but maybe it will work out. So let's talk about the maps a little bit. The golds are a little bit in favor of Tegla in this position.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of it's closer to him and is also guarded by all these hills. He can pretty much camp on. And he hasn't used the market yet either.
I hope LB doesn't take this fight. Oh, he's gonna fight already with like none of his army there.
Yeah, that's not a good fight. He's wasting a lot of paladins there for me. Well, Tegla is not fighting with all of his units either, so I guess that's okay.
LB just needs to mass up an army and wait before he attacks, I think. I don't know how this is gonna go. He wants the hill, I suppose. The hill on the bottom. I'm surprised neither of them, not the bottom, I mean, but like just to the right of Tegla's base, neither of them are taking it. Like, that seems insane to me.
Why? Exactly, can you explain that?
They should definitely put a castle on it or something, right? I mean, it's right next to his base, there's like a gold mine underneath it. Oh, okay, we have LB now putting a castle on it, but...
Oh yeah, there it goes.
There's basically crucial hills on the map, the top one being the more crucial one, which makes sense why they both go for it, but...
But neither of them attacking yet, which is a little bit... Well, in Tegla's position it's understandable, I guess. He didn't pick the market, he can camp the hill, but LB should be aggressive right now, and maybe make some more siege rams to back him up.
Exactly. Oh man, what is he doing with his army? He needs to just fight. Okay. Fighting. LB could definitely win this fight.
Yeah, but he's not fighting with all of his army. That's a little bit of a...
Oh my gosh, his Howls aren't fighting. Oh man. What was that?
Oh, this is looking painful.
That was a micro disaster.
And keep in mind, guys, that Tegla hasn't used the market and LB did, so LB kind of needs to make the push work in the next 5 to 7 minutes, in-game minutes.
I'd say 2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes, yeah, let's say that. And he doesn't build too much of an eco either. He's now starting to slowly make an eco, but he's still on only like 28 vills because he was only fully popped all the time. So there was no actual room to make villages.
Really bad.
But this is
bad
not
for LB.
This is not looking good. He's now 50 military behind Tegla at this point, who has much better resources for my taste. Well, not much better, but his food count is looking more healthy than LB's.
Right. Yeah, he invested a lot in Rams, which is a smooth. Now LB's invested a lot in Rams too. It's funny watching this game. I mean, it almost looks like LB's the one doing non-market.
Yeah, it's kind of LB is kind of playing anti-market with the market, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Which is
playing very defensive.
I mean, that's a little bit hard for new players or players who don't understand what anti-market or market is. So could you explain it a little bit for some who are new to Deathmatch?
Sure. So marketers, like, okay, if you take the market early in the game, you sell a lot of food and wood and sometimes stone. And with that, you're able to have a stronger army, and so therefore, you're able to win the first fights a lot better. And so if you're playing anti-mark, you basically want to just save yourself enough time to get gold income rolling in. Once you have a decent amount of gold income, then it makes it where the end market player has the advantage, because then the marketer will be down 2,000 or 3,000 food and wood, and then they'll run out, and then the anti-market won't run out, essentially, for a little while, and they'll have a really big advantage. And it's really easy to predict if you're the anti-market, because you know that they're going to eco-boom to try to compensate for it, so you can do a lot of raiding. Anyway, that's basically the two strategies. If you market, you want to kill fast, and here LB did nothing like that.
Yeah, LB's bringing some raiding in now in the south at the gold spots. He's killing some villagers. He will eventually kill a TC, but while that is happening, he gets severely pushed in the front of his own base.
Yeah, I think he's making the right moves, actually. It's here to raid and to just slowly get pushed like this, because he's really not losing anything in the front. Like, okay, he might lose a castle, but... And I know
look at his
RMers,
resources.
like, hate losing castles, but I think castles really are just meant for sacrificing sometimes.
Yeah, but look at his resources for a second. LBs.
Yeah, it's all bad for LB.
And look at the amount of army Tegla has. That is really impressive. He's really using all of his resources at the moment.
Yeah, now LB's got... Oh man, he's gonna get smashed right here, I think. Doesn't look good. A lot of rams coming in from Tegla.
Yeah, I guess this is the GG moment. Might be the GG moment if LB can't remass. Well, he doesn't have any food. He doesn't really have any wood.
Why is he even mining gold? He should just switch all his villagers off of gold. Just seems like mining gold right now isn't doing him any good.
He's still trying to raid, but it doesn't help him at this point, and I think we'll see the G in the next few seconds. He might hold on, but...
I think LB could hold on for a bit. With that kind of gold in the bank, he just needs some other resources, and it's kind of coming in. And he's doing some good moves, making that army just get distracted by his cavalry archers on that hill, so he's taking a lot of nice fight right there. It's just the rams. The rams are his big problem.
If you don't have rams on your own and no food, you have a really hard time countering them.
Yeah.
At least with Hans.
Where did his food go? He just had some food. Did he spend it on Tarkin or something?
Maybe
no.
villages?
Where did he... Oh, he spent it on Tarkin's raiding.
Oh, Tarkin's raiding.
Not the right move. He should just be massing what he can in the back of his base right now.
But Tegla is pushing and pushing. I mean, he's doing a very good job at massing siege rams and replenishing the siege rams while not losing too much army in the front. Most of his resources are spent on siege right now. That's a very cool move, I think. Yeah, I don't know how LB is supposed to come back into this game.
Well, he's lost a lot of military buildings, but really isn't getting a lot of damage other than that, which is okay, really, if you think about it.
And he still has more villagers than Tegla, keep in mind.
Yeah, so he's really not that bad off. It just...
Well, now he's fighting a very bad fight.
Yeah. He needs a solution for those rams, and then he might have a shot.
Now he's taking them out one by one with this one paladin. It's quite nice.
Hero paladin.
Sorry. my roommate just came in. And that's GG. Alright.
GG.
First game in favor of Tegla. 1-0. Okay, let me just quickly add the scores.
So the next one, what was the next one? Vikings?
Let me just quickly check. The next one is Graveyard. The Uprising Graveyards Vikings.
The Graveyards. Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's Graveyards is a map very similar to Arabia, but kind of with a little bit more hilly, more spread out golds, and a lot of relics.
Yeah, I love the relic. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Even though generally I'm not a relic gatherer type person, but usually when I play against people on that map, they go so much for the relics that they're not paying attention to other things.
Yeah, that's like
kind of.
I don't know exactly how
works
many
out.
relics, but like 10 or 8 to 10. What was it? I don't know.
Do we mind if anyone joins the room? Interdimension Orca is asking me if you could join.
Does he want to co-cast or just watch? I don't mind
I'll
either.
ask him.
I don't mind either, to be honest.
Alright. So let's get the next game going then, eh?
Alright, let's get the games going. It's game number 2, which will be Vikings War on Graveyards. And a little funny story about LB10. The civ he's most aggressive with is Vikings, which is a little bit odd to me because they're not really inviting to fight aggressive, in my opinion. But that's the civ he uses most to rush, which is so weird to me. But let's introduce the players first. We have in kind of the north-ish position again in the teal LB10, and in the west yet again we have Tegla, both as the Vikings on Graveyards. Now, the relics are vastly in favor of Tegla, if you look at it.
Definitely.
Like all these white dots in the south or of the map. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 relics, if I counted correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And already
3,
one villager
6,
down.
9, 12. Yeah, 12 relics.
Already one villager down for Tegla. No villager lost yet for LB10. The light cavalry of Tegla seems to be a little bit idle. And look at that, LB10 already going forward. I like that.
You should take that mountain there in the bottom. That would be the way to go.
Bottom of his base, or kind of
bottom of his base.
The plateau there, big plateau.
Yeah, he's already putting a castle on it, so that's really good. I think he was going forward so quickly because he saw that Tegla was going with some pikemen, so it was a really great move. Look how bad he's slowing him down. He's gonna kill some villagers here. Oh yeah, he took what, 3 villagers? 2 villagers?
Yep, already 4 villages. Tegla is already 4 villages behind, and that's really bad. And now even the cavalry archers coming in.
That's a unique. Wow. I don't remember the last time I saw a cavalry archer from Vikings. Wow, that's unique. That's some inventive playing right there by LB.
And another thing about Tegla is he always makes like 20 plus onages. No matter what the civs, except for Turks or Huns, he goes always for 20 plus onages. And in a Viking war it can be very effective because the Viking units are not really the most with the most HP, so they fall rather quickly to onages and other siege units actually.
LB got another couple of villagers on the bottom. Wow, he's just doing a great job killing villagers.
Yeah, he's all over Tegla at the moment. He's 20 military ahead in total. I think he can just push this right now. If he goes a little bit in the south
really
as well.
For him. Yeah, very effective start. That onager could do so much damage on those orbs right now. If he could get a shot on him, nope, he won't.
But LB should really focus on spreading his army out, like coming from the south again, not only from the north, because he can quite easily hit the main gold spots for Tegla there. And Tegla kind of walling off this one choke point. I guess this was quite nice. Keeping his main gold secure. Already spraying out to the south.
The thing that's really effective here is that LB is basically keeping Tegla distracted with like fighting in the north while there's nothing in the south. It'd be so easy for him to just drop a castle over there and then be able to control all those gold mines. It would definitely be like the... I'm not gold mines, but the relics.
Yeah.
Basically are gold mines in this map.
Yeah, but for now it seems like it's a little bit of a rollover. LB's doing a really good job here.
Yeah, he's doing great.
But now, oh god, oh god.
No, he's way over invest on arbs though. Look how many arb allies he has, dude. So many of them.
And now he's wasting everything on onagers. I don't like this against onagers.
You should just cancel all those arbalists, make just onagers and berserkers. That's all he needs.
Oh, but let's see. Villager numbers are in favor of LB10 actually. 25 to 12 at the moment. His economy seems much better, and market from Tegla here, so he might be using it in the next couple minutes because he's running very low gold. Yeah, he already sold wood actually, although he has so much food in the bank.
Yeah, he must be thinking about using berserkers later or something.
I guess so. Oh, nice rating at the gold.
Just mistakenly thinking that he needs food. It's kind of like some wars people will like I'll be teamed with someone who might be like a 1700 rated player, and they'll ask me for wood really early as a celt if there's celts. But the reality is celts like food more than they need wood. But like it could be one of those situations where he just has a mistake on what he thinks he needs.
Maybe.
He should just garrison those arbs in that castle. I don't know why he doesn't. It'd be making them, you know, useful at this moment. You could just shoot down like all of his army for free right now if you did that.
Very nice move though by LB10 here in the castle in the south. I like that on the hill. It's kind of securing a lot of relics here. And look at those walls from Tegla. Go to his point of view. He's starting to wall like half of the map here.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't really think it's a smart move.
Why exactly?
Well, I mean, if he's just gonna wall off that area, I mean, it's... I don't know. I feel like it gives him the impression that he's not to be playing aggressive for it. I guess walling can't really hurt, but I just don't think it'll help much either.
Oh, now the berserker rating coming in. I can't really tell how many villagers have fallen in Tegla's base because of all the corpses or skeletons laying around.
Look at those treb shots. Oh my gosh, he just knocked down all of Tegla's onagers.
No, I missed that.
That's so many onagers dead.
I missed, but now he's taking out the trebuchets as well. Quite nice move there with the trebuchets. I like that. Taking out a lot of onagers, which Tegla is using a lot in this game, as we could have expected, I think.
One of the most effective strategies you could do in a Viking war is to go berserkers and onagers only. Like, it's so effective because your berserkers will run forward, and then your opponent either has the decision to either move his arbs back so that they don't take fire from the onagers, or he'll try to fight it out, but then the onagers will shoot them. It's usually the best move in my opinion. And I think LB is moving into the direction of doing that strategy. I keep seeing him make more and more berserkers.
Yeah, but he shouldn't really concentrate them at the front, but rather like kind of gather them in the back and then just go.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's sending too few at a time. Even though this fight so far has been just so deadly, he's been doing so well, wasting all of Tegla's resources really. Like, look at LB's resources versus Tegla's. It's just really nice fights for LB. And right now, I mean, even just those few berserkers that he has in his base, that's really effective. So cost effective, especially.
Oh my god, all those walls from Tegla. This is so random. He never really completed them. Okay, now he tries to complete them, but this castle is really doing work for LB10 here. Actually, both of these castles, very nice position. Keeping Tegla distracted. Pressuring him both in the south and in the north of his base.
Look at that one, that one farm of OBs, like nearest to that castle you were just talking about. He's got a whole bunch of villagers sitting on just like one farm that's like miles away from his TC.
Where is it?
It's just like north of that hill you were talking about.
That's quite nice. I guessed it was a misclick. Must have been a misclick. And oh, the trebuchet is still doing a lot of work here on the onagers and stuff. I like it. But still,
yeah, such nice.
So many Arbalest still falling to the onagers and more walling from Tegla. Oh my god. I guess we could be in for a long game here. Looks like
it. Looks like we could be, yeah. LB had chances to finish this early, but...
Although if I look at the resources of Tegla, he's really at the limit with food and gold. Food and wood at the moment.
Yeah, he's so much more papa.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my god, only 90 pop for LB10. That is insane. He needs to replenish his army.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, he doesn't have any resources left either. Oh man, these guys are really going at it in their games. They're really spending all of their resources hammering armies at each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if LB is in trouble definitely right now. I think, well, he's gonna get pushed for a minute, and I think he'll be able to push back, but just for the moment, he's gonna be kind of stuck.
Tegla doesn't really have siege at the moment to really push. He's gathering a few onagers, but they won't do anything against the castles, I think.
They both just bought resources. That's pretty funny. Generally in DM, that's considered a big no-no, but...
Oh well.
Yeah, they're still buying resources.
Well, they both have a very unusual style of playing, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially Tegla. He really heavily relies on siege very often, and he always at his limit on resources. It's quite fascinating. He's actually playing a little bit like an AI in my opinion, but it's just me.
An AI.
Don't know if you ever played against a barbarian DM. Alright, now big push coming in from Tegla. He's bringing in a lot of onagers, one trebuchet. But these onagers can fall rather quickly against the castle. He's just sending them in without any protection here. Oh, taking out 2 onagers for 1, actually for 2 here now. And more siege rams coming in, but that push will not work out. While LB10 is trying to break the wall from Tegla here. Very creative walling from his side. Although they are not completed entirely. Still not completed entirely. Villagers are just standing around here stuck between the relic and the wall. It's quite funny.
Yeah. Man, he's got LB has so many berserk down there. It's gonna do a lot of damage, I think.
Oh yeah, they're coming in now.
If he could just get into that through that wall on the bottom, that would be great.
I guess he will just run around there in between the castle and then go through to the eco. Yep, there's a raiding coming in from the berserkers. While they still have a standoff here at the front of LB's base, but a lot of trebuchets coming in now for Tegla, and he's going to take down this castle in no time.
Yep. You were right about all the onagers though. Just onager city.
Yeah, he likes onagers a lot.
If I were LB, I would just see that. It would be like, okay, all I need to do is make like 40 berserkers and that army will die easy.
And I just mass 40 berserkers. Don't try to not lose all the castles in the process. And then wreck. Oh my god, but he's trading so badly with the onages as well. He's always losing like 2 for 1 here. And look at the.
I don't worry about these castles, honestly. If I were LB, the 2 castles in the north, I don't really got them. I have 3 in the south. That's good enough, and those 3 are on this really crucial hill, so that's all LB really needs.
Plus the berserker rating. A lot of villagers dying for Tegla in the back of his base, and he's not really paying attention. It seems like he's not really garrisoning any villages. And that's actually one of his weaknesses that I've seen from him in this tournament, that he's not really garrisoning villages when there's raiding going on. I guess he doesn't really look at the minimap too much in the course of the game.
Right.
LB10's population is still dreadful. Not a lot of military for him on the field at the moment. He doesn't really have any food eco to back him up at this point in time. Only a few farms scattered around. And oh my god, these walls. They look quite creative on Tegla. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But he may get this push to work. He's now with a lot of arbalests, with a lot of onages, with some trebuchets, trying to push LB10's front. But LB10 doesn't really have much there except for the castles. He has some gold miners. But other than that, he's wasting a little bit of units there, but that's not too important.
I think LB has honestly a very big advantage right now. Just from all the raiding that LB managed to do, and LB has the map. I mean, that push might do some damage, but I don't think it's gonna really do a lot.
Well, it ungarrisoned 3 relics at this point. Let's look the relics. Okay, 1 relic now at this point for LB10 and 4 relics for Tegla. Which are helping them out quite nicely.
I still like LB's position though, but
yeah, well, his position on the map is far superior, I think.
Right.
And now he's even trying to pressure.
He just needs to stop. He needs to stop raiding. He just needs to mass.
Oh, now killing this village in the south, preventing the castle. And Tegla is still pushing with all those siege rams and onages.
Yeah, constant onager push.
And it seems like these walls are actually preventing LB from getting in here with those siege workshops. I thought he might do some siege rams and try to get in there, but he's not doing that at the moment. And not too much happening at this point, just some onages making their way through LB10's base slowly but surely, taking out this castle as well, with the help of trebuchets, of course.
LB is doing a nice job with his onagers though. A lot of damage here, I think. We put a lot of damage on Tegla's army. God, what is taking LB so long to mass an army though?
He doesn't have any food.
Seems like he should have some. Yeah, but I mean, he's got 20 farmers. That should be enough to make at least something of an army by now. He's been having an eternity to build an army right now. Just like if you think about it, Tegla's been pushing forever.
Well, he's trying to mass a little bit in the back of his base right now.
Yeah, I see. Speaking of that, eco too, it's like he's had an eternity, so he should be able to have a decent eco by now also.
But it seems like he doesn't really care now about this army. Like, he just let this army steamroll through his base and he's not really doing anything about it.
Look at Tegla sending 1 scout at a time.
Yeah, 1 light cavalry. Yeah, he's sending 1 light cavalry at a time to raid.
Light cav at a time. armor players tend to do that a lot, and it might be effective in RM, but it is just always a bad idea in DM.
Reason for that is you waste very easily.
Yeah, they end up just running through like a castle or something. You know, in DM when you start out with that 5,000 stone, it's to having a lot better defended eco generally. And so then sending the one scout at a time is just almost always a waste.
But to be completely honest, it's one of the most slow DM games I've seen thus far.
One of the most
in terms of slow DM games, in terms of pushing.
Yeah. This is a very slow game.
They're taking it slow. Who could blame them? DM and chill.
LB, he's still just kind of DM and chill.
But look at LB10's resources.
Just bad, yeah.
Like he's always sending like one military unit at a time, and they just die rather quickly.
Yep.
And he's just trying to take out the siege, while Tegla's main army is just staying alive for the most part. And now Tegla making skirmishes and pikemen. He's really on the edge with all of his resources as well. These guys are so similar. Yeah. Kind of.
Look how LB has 5 monitors just sitting in that siege workshop at the top.
Alright.
Just asking to die.
Yeah, I mean like
that one
berserker, come out. Hammering at the door.
And Tegla is still wasting every bit of food he has, and it's just running straight into LB's army. Oh man.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
It's just so bad. That's like, you know, when you have hardly any food already and then you're spending it all on scouts that just die one at a time like that.
Don't forget, you organized this tournament, so don't blame the players.
Oh, it reminds me of when I was like 12 when I first started playing.
Oh, come on. Oh, that is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous comment. But now that you said it, Honor just came free and they will die eventually to the Berserker. Oh, never mind. The Berserker died. 3-1 for the Berserker here. Oh, more army wasting now in the front for LB10. And the castle coming up for Tegla as well in the middle of LB10's non-existing production facilities, I guess. But still, even though LB10 doesn't really have a lot of population, Tegla will have a hard time pushing this hill. Like a really hard time. 3 castles and this hill, it's just tough.
And LB is just so persistent on raiding.
Yeah, no, it's...
Which, it might be actually a good move at this point, because, I mean, Tegla is definitely struggling on food. I mean, he spent so much on those random scouts, but...
To be honest, LB10 is one of the most annoying players I know. And he's really persistent with those raidings, and he doesn't like enemy villages, he just likes to kill them, even though if it costs him like 10,000 amounts of gold, whatever.
Yeah, it reminds me of Tempo. Tempo, like, you'll be destroying his base and he'll still be raiding you. This is exactly like that.
Yeah, not much going on in this game. Even though there's a lot happening in the front, there's not really much going on in terms of our army movement. Like, Tegla has pushed LB10 quite far into his base, even though not really killed him yet, and not even killed any eco, so to speak.
Yeah, actually now LB has more population.
More population and more villages. 20 more villages at this point.
Yeah, considering that it was so bad a little while ago. What was it, like 80 pop to 150 or something?
Yeah, but this hill is quite easy, is working for him quite well. And Tegla is working in his favor as well because he's trying to push that hill actually. Even though there's not really a lot to gain from it in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is starting to look better finally for LB. I mean, I've felt like LB has sort of an advantage for a while. He just never was able to do anything about it, but I think he's finally going to be able to do some here.
Yeah, he's now coming in with these berserkers against a nearly full trash siege army from Tegla. He's only relying on skirmishes at this point, and skirmishes don't hold any chance against berserkers.
Right.
Seems to start looking good for LB10. I really like his position now. And now Tegla with
agree.
a lot of panic farms in the south and his nearly walled base.
Oh yeah, I see that. That's a really bad spot. And LB's sitting there with like 7 berserkers in that castle just ready to go kill those farms.
Let's look at Tegla's resources. He's kind of on the limit, like always actually in all those games. He's always on the limit with resources. He's always spending them, and that's one thing I like about him. But also he's like spending them on whatever he can, actually. If he can make trash, he will make trash. If he has no goal. So now Lightcap coming in trying to snipe the onages, but I don't know about that choice. Oh well. He took down no onager. Alright.
I have an old friend actually messaging me saying, like, I used to train this guy several years ago, this Hungarian there.
Oh really?
And he just started messaging me, and he's saying, "What the fuck? I'm the one who taught Tegla."
Alright, that's
really funny.
That is interesting.
So I guess Tegla is part of my training lineage.
Really?
I mean, I trained this guy, and this guy's saying he trained Tegla, so.
Well, you trained this guy. He doesn't really play like you would have trained him, though. He has his very own playstyle. But now a lot more berserker raiding coming in for Tegla, and I can't tell apart which corpses are actually from villages and which are from the map itself. But it seems like a lot got killed there. 74 villages for Tegla at this point, 105 for LB10. Tegla now with desperation raids, but they're not doing too much at this point in time, and more siege rams coming in, but not with a lot of backup from army. And just the sheer amount of berserkers that LB10 had, I think he can close this game now. Just needs to push back Tegla's army and raid a little bit more, and this game's done for, I think.
Yeah, this is looking better and better for LB. I really think it's not going to be much longer for Tegla. Tegla's kind of desperately attacking, I think. It's not going to last too much longer. I mean, look at the resources for LB. So nice. He has 3 castles. He just needs to click on the Berserker picture a few times, and then...
We don't like clicking pictures, Kellen.
You know what I mean, though. It's all, he just needs to make a few Berserkers.
Yeah, of course.
And he'll be set. Finally, okay. He's good. 2 of the 3 castles. It'd be nice if he killed the other one as well. He'd be set to win this game. Look at those raids, though. So beautiful. Tempo would be proud.
Yeah, 65 villages and 20 idols for Tegla at this point. Only 29 military. The kill-to-death ratio is vastly in favor of LB10, 1000 to 750 in total. Tegla kind of underestimated this hill here, I think, or overestimated himself in pushing this hill here.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a GG call here in the next moment, I think.
Oh, now the hero siege ram coming in onto this castle in the back of LB10's base. Actually, is the castle...
Well, the castle still wins the fight.
Yeah, the castle will win the fight.
But it'll take a lot of damage.
GG. What an expert.
There it is.
You called it. What an expert. So it's 1-all.
Easy.
Easy.
1-all.
Easy game. That has been a rather long game, actually. Now, game 3 will be rank war on Prairie.
Ooh, I'm excited to see a Frank War.
You're excited to see a Frank War? Alright. Let's see a Frank War. The thing about Prairie is it's a very open map with no hills, but you start with 2 light cavalry in this case. So yeah, let's see what they will do. I mean, we might see a restart being used, but I don't think so because, well, actually, it's highly likely actually because you can really do a lot of damage with the light cavalry, with 2 light cavalry at the beginning.
AOM is asking me to say hi so that he knows which voice I am.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, he should be able to tell by the commentary who's the expert and who's not.
Yeah, you would think, but
yeah. Let's see. Let me quickly check. All right, game 3. The rank war on Prairie. Let's launch.
So Prairie, the 2 scouts thing is make it really hard for Franks. You definitely want to do 2 vills on 1 stable at the start. Maybe even a barracks, but probably stable's better.
And as you can see, a very flat map, a very straight up map, a lot of straight up fighting going to happen. Both players going with 2 vills on 1 stable, Tegla with the stable, LB10 with the stable, and Tegla to the north-ish and LB10 to the south. LB in the teal and Tegla in the blue.
They both made a nice start, honestly. Very quick the stable. That's what you need to do.
But Tegla actually
though,
losing
really freaking out. Yeah, panicking. They're both panicking, actually, sending all their villas into the...
only half. No, LB's done a lot of better.
LB's doing job. Really... Yeah. LB's doing phenomenal compared to Tegla right now. Really good start. Yeah. Now he just needs to rush. Send those villas in. Yeah, okay, cool. He's sending them in.
I'm a little surprised
that waypoint for his stables.
Yeah.
That's quite the crazy waypoint behind that trees, but
whatever. Well, I'm surprised that Tegla hasn't used a restart yet. That wasn't really an ideal start, and he even has his light cavalry left. And he's going to take down more and more villagers. Oh, this is disastrous for Tegla at this moment in time.
Yeah, hopefully LB uses those paladins that he sent off behind that forest.
this could actually be quite a quick game. He's picking off more and more villagers still, and Tegla hasn't found any way yet. And oh, bad start. Tegla is calling bad start.
Yeah, of course.
It was a bad start, to be completely honest with you. And he's not trying to wall this. He's losing one more villages, and he's still behind on military population as well. And now barracks up for LB10 as well, and I think all of his waypoints are up in the front. He's just sending everything. He's going full out aggressive mode. Now castle coming up for Tegla as well. Villages are not walled, so they will get picked off rather easily as well.
Yeah, so many villagers have died. It's amazing. This rush.
Yeah, this is over. I don't want to tell it too early, but
3 villagers.
Yeah, it's quite over.
LB should just castle forward right now for sure. Yep, I'm pretty sure you can build a castle faster.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
this is quite a game from LB10 in my opinion. Really not letting Tegla breathe for a second here. And
This
GG.
is a good game by LB. I didn't expect LB to be fast. You know, he's pretty quick there. That was nice.
Yeah, LB10 can be fast if he knows what he's doing.
Of course, but I feel like anybody can be fast if they know what they're doing. But
Of course,
yeah, yeah, that was nice though for LB. Proud of him on this one. All right, so game 4. What is game 4?
So 2-1 for LB10 right now in this best of 7 series. Game 4 will be
Mongols on GA.
Green Arabia. Ooh, this could be a long game. Mongols is kind of often a very, very long game. Or a long game
Often is, yes.
Let's see how heavy Tegla goes on the onages. We could see like 50
it's gonna be Onager City.
Like. Alright, game 4 coming up.
Game 4 of the DM Rising Star Finals.
Oh yes.
I would say 2 very unexpected players to reach into the finals, but hey, I mean it was a tournament meant for the new players trying out DM, so
yes.
Who knows who was gonna make it to the end?
Well, I haven't made it to the end.
Yeah.
Quite.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's look into the game.
The other day
first.
we were talking to. Okay.
Let's look into the game first. In the south we have Tegla in game 4 in the Mongols board Green Arabia in the red, and in the north we have in the teal LB10 as the Mongols as well, both with of course stables at the start, and LB10 is kind of bunkering himself in already.
Yeah, he's actually playing kind of a correct start for Mongols. That's what you want to do, is like fill spaces with castles.
Don't let villagers get killed off. Like, this camel is a little bit out of position here, but it's not too bad actually. Has Tegla lost a villager? No, he hasn't yet, but Tegla seems a little bit slower, a little bit more sloppy with his villagers at the start than LB10 in general.
Yep. I would say LB is already off to a decent advantage because he's got castles coming up, whereas Tegla only has 2 being worked on, one at 15%, one at 7%. But then LB's like, 35% at that time, so LB's definitely ahead on the castle race. And they both have 5 stables, right?
Yes, plus
so, yes.
Tegla's villagers actually exposed yet again on the castles. They could get picked easily by LB10 here, and he's doing exactly that. Not a single castle up yet.
Really nice rush, oh my gosh. Taking out some villagers with only like three camels. Did a lot of damage there. 4 camels for LB.
10 to 6
and
villagers.
LB has a really nice looking base.
10 to 6 villagers. And looking at the
Although
map...
LB making 7 castles right off the bat. That's an amazing amount.
Alright,
I'd say usually go for about 3.
I actually would have expected LB to go a little bit more aggressive, seeing that Tegla doesn't have any castles up yet, or not even near finished. He could go really aggressive.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Alright.
That's not a bad idea, yeah. I think I would probably wait for my castles to get up because I know I'm ahead on them, and then I could just pump out a lot more Mangadai early and then attack. But maybe that's only what I would do.
Like a week ago, he would have just fought there and lost everything. I like that. And let's see, all the golds are kind of in one area for Tegla here. So if LB recognizes the situation and takes this hill where Tegla's camels are at the moment and then pushes from there, he could really
that would be great,
a lot of pressure. But
that would be the move to make.
Yeah, but it seems like he's fighting this straight on and he's kind of catching Tegla off guard here.
That's actually gonna work too. I mean, that's turns out to be well, it could have been an okay move if he kept fighting.
Aye.
He should have kept fighting there.
He's taking a lot of damage on these camels now. He could have replenished easily from behind, so...
So now he needs to go for that hill ASAP on the bottom. Both players should be going for that hill at all costs. I mean, for a Tegla, it's absolutely necessary to have that hill, whereas for LB, it's not necessarily completely necessary, but it's like an easy win opportunity.
Oh, now nice camel raiding coming in for LB10. Maybe picking off those villages at
Might be able to prevent castles.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully.
No, well...
Hopefully. Yes. Camels are not attacking.
Okay, he's got it.
Nice. I like that. Okay, but now big fight going on in the middle, and look at all the siege just from Tegla. Already going ham.
Both players actually.
Both players actually. And oh my god, those only just hits. Taking out a lot of camels.
So deadly.
Oh, and yeah, good fight for LB10, but he can't waste any more now.
Why is neither player making hussars? That's amazing.
They like the gold units.
Yeah.
Oh. Big energy hits now from Tegla. Oh, this is not good. LB10, go back, please. I nearly got a heart attack there.
Trying to do fancy Michael.
Yeah, kind of nearly got a heart attack there. I mean, Mangadai are really powerful against siege, but not that powerful.
Man, if only... yeah. If only LB just had like 40 hussars right now, he could do so much damage. For such a little cost.
More oranges coming in. Oh, come, please, LB, look. Oh, but LB10 now not making a castle on the hill, which is a little bit odd to me, but at least making siege work.
Really nice shots.
Oh,
really nice shots from LB. Oh my gosh. Look at how many onagers died there from Tegla.
Yeah, he took out like 10
onagers. He's being risky with his Mangadai.
Yep. God, this is a massacre. I've never seen so many units die in a Mongol war this early. This is a bloodbath. But actually Tegla replenishing his units.
And neither of them have anything on that hill in the south yet. It's
yeah, already excuse myself for being a little bit biased here. I'm sorry. But I know a lot more about LB10 than I know about Tegla as well, so... Actually, both of us do.
Yep.
Panic Castle now coming up for LB10, and... yeah, Tegla is doing a much better job at replenishing his army. I think he even took the market there.
Well, LB just needs hussars. I don't know why he never made any hussars.
He's relying on gilded camels at this point, but he's not queuing any hussars as well. Do you remember the game against Pedro? From LB10?
Which one?
LB10 against Pedro, the Mongol war? That he won on Prairie, actually. Yeah, he refused to make hussars for a long time there as well. I think that's why the game drawn out for so long, even though LB10 had a huge advantage in the beginning.
I mean, he's got him in the south, and another nice raid from LB.
Plus siege ramps coming in as well. That's quite nice. But he's losing in the front quite heavily.
Yeah, but if all wars are able to like fend your front with, like, it's probably Mongol's probably a pretty good one for that.
Yeah, but look at all these.
I mean, with just some siege onagers, you could just with just some siege onagers, you could do a lot of good defense with the Mongol war. So really, this is pretty good strategy from LB. Just raid and let them waste against your castles. I mean, I'm sure LB probably has like advantage on kills right now. Kill to death ratio.
Nope. He has.
Oh nope,
40,
he doesn't. Yeah.
35 units less killed. I guess that's due to.
We will see that change though. It's definitely going to be changing over the next few minutes.
Yeah, but let's see. Oh my god, look at these speed ramps. It's so funny to watch them.
The Ferraris.
The Ferraris, yeah. And now another big push coming in with nearly siege only from Tegla. Like, there's not really a lot of units backing this up. While LB10 is kind of taking control of the map on the sides. Oh my god. He's focusing a lot in the south. If you can see that, a lot of siege ramps and a lot of hussars. Could have easily invested that in the middle for some siege onagers and hussars there. I think it would have been very beneficial.
Thing is, LB keeps fighting like he keeps sending his army forward in the middle. He should just sit behind his castles, pick off the rams, let Tegla try to slow push him with Shrebs while he just kind of like takes the sides and raids. That's what he probably should be doing.
Tegla also taking nice care of the raids in the south as well. And he's actually in front in villages at the moment, 62 to 60 villages. I actually never saw that much aggression in a Mongol war yet. I like the play from Tegla, even though it's kind of risky and very kind of all in. But GG. What?
Oh wow,
What?
called
What?
the GG already.
Alright.
Kind of surprised he called it already.
Well, it's if you look at it, it's 83 to 14 military.
Yeah, no doubt looks bad for LB,
But LB still has resources left and castle. So. Oh well. I guess he didn't see really.
2
see
to
enough of
2.
him. Yep, 2 to 2.
Wow, so far a good series.
Even
Well,
though
I
you
think
talk
we have
lot
a
of
pretty
shit.
good idea. Talk about what?
Even though you talk a little disrespectful in the games, it's all a good series. Like laughing about the.
Who was?
Oh, we were a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially in the Viking game, like talking about wasting a lot of units and stuff.
I didn't notice.
Oh well, yeah, but it's kind of a nice series, exciting games actually. All in all. So next game will be game 5, of course. And what's gonna be? Let me quickly check. Ghost Lake Celt War.
Yeah, okay. Ghost Lake Celt War. That could be either a camp fest or very aggression. Like, it should be very aggressive game, but
Well,
I think a lot of people who don't know how to play Celts very well yet, they tend to make a lot of onagers, when in reality, with Celts, onagers aren't really even that great. But, I mean, they are and they're not. Like, you can set them up in a good spot, but in general, it's like Rams with, like, Woads and some Paladin maybe with Scorps in the back, like, works the best.
well, it's Tegla. I think we can expect a lot of honor just in very aggressive play.
Yeah, okay.
It would
A
surprise
fortress of
me.
onagers incoming.
It would surprise me if we didn't see it, to be completely honest with you. So let's start. Game number 5 coming up. It's Ghost Lake Celt War, and we have on the right side of the map LB10 in the teal, and in the red we have Tegla on the left side. Both as Celts, starting with the Hussar and 3 villages as always. Let's go ahead and introduce the maps a little bit, and I think it's pretty balanced for both these guys actually.
I feel like the 2 gold mines in the north are probably easier to control for LB, but not by a lot. It's pretty even map.
Surprisingly
but
even,
except for the
actually.
relics. The relics are definitely in favor of LB. I mean,
Yes.
that one on the left is still attainable for him, and then there's 3 like right in his base. So you could have like a 4 relic lead over 1. That'd be amazing for LB.
Oh, look at that bunkering from Tegla going on there. He's not taking any risks this time.
Bunkering, I like that. In DM we always call that camping, but bunkering I think is even better name for it.
Alright. Yeah, LB10 going really aggressive yet again with 1 stable, 5, 6, 7 barracks. Oh, that's quite a lot. What do you say is the more standard start for Celt War?
Probably Tegla. Yeah, definitely Tegla.
So like 2 stables, 4 barracks, then siege workshops.
Yep.
Right, but oh my god.
LB, so much barracks is
1, 2,
gonna
3,
hurt him
4,
later.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, still 7 barracks, but that's a lot. Or is they?
Keep in
No, it's
mind
8
though,
buildings.
Tegla is making like tons of halberdier halbs.
I don't know
Those
why.
halbs are gonna do terrible against the
champions.
LB10 army. Yeah.
And Bolt Raiders, of course.
If LB just attacked right now, he could do a lot of damage, but I think he's gonna be too late.
Yep, he's not. Well, champions against castles are not ideal, but I guess.
Yeah, champs against puzzles aren't good, but Tegla really doesn't have very many button.
But look, there's his first Siege for Tegla out, and he's queuing more and more.
Yep.
Beautiful. But actually, Siege against champions could work out rather nicely for.
Nice, yeah.
Nice for.
Definitely good. Yeah, at this
because
point he can't do
champions
damage.
are so slow, so they can get hit
He's
quite
way
easily.
too late to attack. If LB had sent at like the 3-minute 30-second mark, he could have done so much damage. But now,
Oh, look
if
at
he
the
tries to
sexy
send
formation from Tegla. That is art.
Oh, now he just needs to put his siege onagers in the middle of that and
Yeah,
look
right.
like a expert.
And then wreck everything. Yeah, just a little orientation. Like, if you have a nice start and see an opportunity, 3 to 4 minutes is always a nice time to head out in PM. I feel like.
Right. Tegla is doing really good, like breading around the map, taking like a control on the top.
Oh, real
LB
nice those
is
golds
really late
there.
at.
Yeah, he's taking already control of these 2 golds, making the caster right in front of them. And all these oranges, look at them. And Vote Reader rating coming in from Tegla as well on those extra golds from LB. And LB hasn't done a single town center on the gold yet, now he has. And he's massing a lot of army in the front of his base, but not doing anything with it at the moment. And a lot of castles for Tegla. Kind of controlling the coastline of this Iceland here.
Yeah. Look at LB's army. It's just like a ball of champions, woads, and a couple paladin. Like that army is just asking you to get destroyed by siege onagers.
Yep, siege onagers and halberdiers and vote raiders. Kind of an odd combination to see, but it could work quite well. It's like 30 onagers or more. It's like 30 onagers for Tegla. This is going to be devastating.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for LB's army to be massacred, to be honest.
If LB like stood out really well, kind of like attacked from all angles, he might have an okay opportunity. But
oh my god,
this is probably gonna go really badly for him.
This could be ugly. This could be really ugly. All these champions are just not moving. Oh my god. Let's see the fight. Oh, he's on into shots. Look at this. Oh my god, this is epic.
This massive battle. These guys like didn't even fight until now. That's like 10 minutes in game. Holy, yeah.
This one
well,
climax.
there goes all the army of LB.
Well, that was quick. I think the honor just won it.
Funny. Yeah, the funny thing is LB is still okay.
Yeah. I mean, this was just bloodbath. It's not, like, the honors were the main component of these guys' armies, and the rest was just, I don't know, a wall of flesh waiting to be destroyed.
Yeah, in a lot of Salt War games, I don't even make any onagers, but these guys are just loaded with onagers.
Well, I mean, if you're completely new to DM, it's really hard to learn civilizations in a considerable amount of time. I mean, all these guys have, like, or LB10 at least, has played DM for maybe 2 months, if at all, and not many games.
Right.
So he's kind of winging it. Although we have practiced a little bit.
Yeah, LB's doing nice fights here now, though. And look at the resources from Tegla, surprisingly low, despite seemingly doing better in the battles, I thought, but... Huh. This is actually looking kind of good for her.
Look at the population, though. 56 51 villages for LB10. Not a lot of military. Is he queuing at all? Not really. I think if he massed Vote Raiders, he could easily rip Tegla's army apart. Tegla kind of spreading out quite nicely. I like that, raiding on all sides. And taking the right approach on this map, taking the north bolts and such. I think we see a kind of a common theme in these games, like Tegla and LB10 just going at it in a one huge push, and then Tegla is kind of quicker with replenishing his army and siege. And if LB10 holds, he wins. And if not, Tegla just wins. Or LB10 wins in the first 5 minutes.
We usually see the raids coming in from LB, and in this game we see it the other way around. We see the raids coming in from Tegla.
So this should be a sign that Tegla is winning, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And Tegla hasn't died in the first 5 minutes, so...
Tegla really at the limit with resources. He does have the eco. He does have the eco.
Well, Tegla is always at the limit with resources. He's always using his resources very well. Not to make a lot of eco mostly, but this time he actually has eco. Very well played by Tegla. Really built himself up well in this game. And LB's eco is just in shambles at the moment.
We might see a GG call here in a second.
Yeah, that would be the 3-2 for Tegla. I can't really see LB10 coming back into this game.
Right.
Now even fortifying the south, Tegla. Fortifying the south, bringing in some siege rams as well. Oh, the Water Raider's catching the Will. Nice pickup here, but he's
I do like how LB's snagging the relic.
Where?
He thinks he snagged the one on the left, bringing it home, which is the one that was kind of hard for him to go for. I think so. LB must be thinking, okay, I might have a chance if I could hold on and take the relics, but
and look at that brave monk here going into Tegla's base, trying to get the relic, and he might be.
That would be so funny if he gets it.
Such a hero monk. Oh my god, he gets it. I hope he doesn't call GG before he gets it. That would be so tragic. And look at those.
He could have a 5 relic setup here if he.
Oh.
Yeah, if he takes that.
Come on.
Yeah, he's walking it back. I don't think Tegla will even notice that. Oh wait, he's building farms there, so he might see it. He might queue the. Or I mean, garrison bills.
No, monk, don't go through the town center. Please, 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 please. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's walking it.
Yeah, but he's gonna walk us straight into the army. Why doesn't he send it south? Oh my gosh.
I think
the castle's gonna shoot it.
I think he just pointed it to the monastery. Oh no, the castle. No, the GG monk.
Oh my gosh. all that effort just to get shot by a castle. Oh man. That's really disappointing.
Alright, let's see. A lot of onages again for Tegla and GG called. Yeah, no eco for LB10. But if he would have gotten the relic, I think he would have won it. Surely. Alright, 3-2 for Tegla, and thus a match point game. Which will be, let me quickly check. Green Array, no, Gold Rush Persian Border.
Gold Rush. Yeah, this is Tato's favorite setup here. Well, maybe not his favorite, but is what he ended up playing for
so
the Uprising.
Do you want to go? We have 3 restarts for this game. Do you want to go over them?
I'd rather not watch the restarts.
Yeah, it's a little bit unnecessary, isn't it? And I think one of them is like 50 seconds, so I think we might just skip them and go straight into game 6.
That would probably be the best. You know, they're only going to be calling restarts based on the map. If the map looks a little bit ugly as far as having too much goal on one side for one player rather than the other, they're going to call re. And so that's really going to be the whole point of that. Not a lot of point to watching it.
All right.
So what Tato and I had discovered is that going something like 6 stables at the start is probably the most optimal strategy.
In Persian Born. 6 stables with barracks as well?
Yeah, I'd say Barracks is after stables, but...
Alright.
And so far, it looks like LB's doing that exactly. 6 stables.
He knows what he's doing. He's expert. But he's doing camels. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, not a fan of the camels. Paladins is definitely the way to go.
Because, I mean, camels are a nice response to paladins, but paladins is so much better in killing villages and fighting halberdiers as well.
Exactly, yeah.
And seems like Tegla is doing a 4 stable, 4 barracks. I'm not on his point of view yet, but he's doing 6 barracks and 4 stables. He's going for more barracks, more halberdiers. And seems like LB is going full camel. I don't know about that. Now let's talk about the map
LB's
first.
doing a nice rush though.
Yeah, he's always doing a nice rush. The
map is
though,
slightly in favor of LB.
Slightly in favor of LB, though. There's not really a big hill right in the center. It's more like outwards. So there's not really a huge hill to fight for. Right on the goals. And that's a little bit unusual for Gold Rush. In my opinion. Okay. Yeah, camel fighting. We see full camel halberdiers. What do you think of that? I would prefer... Well, we already said that we would prefer paladins in this instance.
Yeah, paladin helps, camel help. But either way, it looks so far good for LB.
Yes, he's taking a lot of good fights here. The Tegla not fighting with his whole army, like how his army is in the back. Well, seems like LB10 has all of his gather points in the front, right there where he wants them to be. Has he used the market? He has put down a market, but I don't think he has used it yet. And now he's putting up a forward castle. I really like that as well. If you look at the golds from Tegla, they're kind of exposed as well to the front and to the side. And they're not really well protected in the back of his eco. LB10 has one little gold as well, and huge fight now in the middle and in favor of LB10.
Good fight. Good fight for LB.
Very good fight for LB10. That fight for Tegla though, he really needs to be careful not to waste too much there. I don't know why he's taking the fight.
Just LB's army is being really weird though. Like those halbs are not fighting. They kind of running around in circles or something.
And LB10 already has scoping zone.
Tegla's doing a lot more damage than he should have in that fight.
Yeah, but LB10 is still winning this fight, and his population is way ahead. He's 30 villages, has a 30 villages advantage. His better start is paying off in this game, like you would expect to on Gold Rush.
And those castles are gonna be nice.
Yeah, especially against the camels. Camels take so much damage from castles, and the first elephant coming in from Tegla here. But a lot of scorpions already.
Point, this would be a really good time for LB to start hunting villagers on the back of Tegla's base.
Look at that, onages from Tegla.
Of course.
Scorpions, onages. The theme of these games, onages. And Tegla has started taking gold at this one exposed goal in the front. It's the thing that's keeping him alive at the moment. And also keep in mind that the players need to develop a food economy rather quickly, because they invest mostly on elephants, which cost 200 food, and on camels and halberdiers as well. Well, camels will diminish, I think, and they will invest more on halberdiers and elephants. It seems like LB10 is in a very good position.
Yeah, I think LB's doing a lot of damage right now. And he's doing the right idea of making monasteries. He knows that he has the gold advantage. So basically setting himself up with a lot of monasteries in siege would be the right way to play this, rather than go too heavily on the food stuff, because food eco can be kind of hard to hard to make, hard to set up in this map. There's a lot of clutters with the trees and everything in the background.
But look at the TC here from LB10 in the south, kind of a colony. On Tegla's side of the map. It's kind of funny. And yeah, monastery is also a huge part of Persian wars. You want to convert those elephants. The only war in DM where we really see monks, I guess. Question in the chat, do camels counter elephants? What do you say? I don't think so.
What did you say?
There's a question in the chat, do camels counter elephants?
Oh, definitely not.
Yes. Alright, there you got it, definitely not.
I mean, they'll do like, some damage to elephants. It's not like they're completely worthless, but you definitely don't want to make camels.
Yeah, they are a lot more cost-effective opportunities than camels.
Right.
Like, onages. Look at those onages. Oh my god. I guess Tegla doesn't really believe in scorpions at all.
I guess not, yeah.
But it seems like he's pushing him back with the onages. It's so funny to see. Maybe you should adopt the onages, you know. Maybe it's
I think the way that these new play kind of makes you want to use onagers. It's just both of these players tend to use up all of their like melee units before they start making their like archers. So it makes it kind of advantageous to make onagers, I think. But
well, these players
like if you have
if you have
like elephants with scorpions, that's really effective. But just scorpions alone, obviously, is not going to do very well in this situation. I like how LB is sniping all those trebuchets. Good for LB.
But Tegla really getting a lot of ground here, and he might be able to push LB from these resources, and Tegla even getting a TC on one of these main goals, but Tegla is really at the edge with these resources. He's doesn't have a lot of farms, he nearly has all of his food used already.
I think LB is playing it pretty smart. He's not being overly aggressive right here, and he definitely shouldn't be. You know, he's got the golds. He basically just needs to set himself up with an eco and just sit on the land that he has until he's ready to kill him. Kind of finish the game. If I'm Tegla, I think I would almost be kind of in desperation mode at this point. You really desperately need to push forward, or else it's game over.
Yeah, but let's look at the military numbers. Tegla has 7 military, I think it's over already. And 0 resources. He doesn't even need to push this anymore. I think Tegla might call this in the next few minutes or so.
I think so. Very fast games, really.
Yeah, I think it's due to the style of the players.
Yeah, they both just bash each other so far.
They're just going at it relentlessly. And I wonder why you haven't seen any elephant raiding yet. I'm really waiting for it, but there's nothing. Oh, elephant raiding.
Probably not even worth it, honestly.
But we all like to see it. There's the first elephant. Killing villagers at the gold. Go. Yeah, but Tegla now has nothing to stop LB. Look, LB is going full Tegla with all his onages and scorpions and stuff.
Full Tegla. Yeah.
Or Kunji, rather. Whatever you want to call it.
Tegla's going full LB, sending one elephant out into the fight.
It's kind of reversed roles here. Maybe they switched
Yeah.
accounts for this game? I don't know.
Keep it interesting.
GG.
And GG called.
So, we're going to have a decider game here. 3-all in this best of 7 series.
I bet both players were just pretty nervous by this point. Thinking like, okay, all the marbles on the table for one game.
Well, it's
gonna be interesting.
It's going to be Green Arabia Goth War.
Let's see, we have a Goth War on GA. My personal favorite.
Your personal favorite? Oh. Alright.
I love
Why is
Goths,
that?
man.
Why is that?
Goths. Goths are just so fast, you have so much opportunity with them, and you can't really just camp with Goths. I mean, you have Skarls, which raid, like, in any situation. They just don't die to castles or anything like that. Very, very fast, you know. There's a lot of opportunity with them, so
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I just really like Goth War.
Restarts have been used yet again on this map, but I guess we'll skip them again. Not really any use to watching them.
Right.
And we'll
Another nice thing about Goths is there's no like market stuff that you have to worry about.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's nice actually. Never thought about that. But market is not that common. Okay. Because you don't really use a lot of gold in the beginning, mostly food on the infantry.
Right. Yeah, they just use a lot of food and even sometimes a lot of wood. So in general with Goths, you just want to boom the farming as fast as you can while also keeping a lot of pressure all around map. You generally don't want to fight a lot in one position. Sending armies just everywhere, it gets really easy. Like probably the craziest war.
Okay, let's go straight into it.
If I had to predict this game, I'd say they're both going to bash each other really hard right in the middle, and they're both going to run out of food very quickly.
And onages.
And then it's going to be a race who take some farms. I think that's how it's going to end up being. And onagers, of course.
So we have this final game in the best of 7 series in between LB10 in the north in the teal and Tegla in the kind of south-ish in the red, both as the Goths, and whoever takes this game takes the Deathmatch Rising Star title. And yeah, mostly in Goth Wars we see a lot of raiding or a big rush with Huskarls in the beginning. And yeah, go ahead and introduce the map a little bit and the civ matchup. Kellen?
What'd you say? Sorry, you cut out for a second.
I said go ahead and introduce the maps and the civ matchup a little bit. I mean, you did before as well.
I don't know if my internet is like going badly, but sorry, it just keeps cutting out.
It keeps cutting out. Oh, sorry. Well, let's just talk about the maps a little bit.
the map, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can see that it's really cluttered in the middle, right? So siege is actually going to be more beneficial for both players in this game, which is probably lovely for Tegla.
Yes.
Tegla's golds on the top are very vulnerable to be, I don't know, kind of raided or taken. So if I'm LB, I'm going to be thinking about trying to drop a sneaky missile pretty quickly, right, like above those golds. And also there's that hill with the 2 gold mines there on the left. I think dropping a castle there would be really beneficial. The player that can control both of those positions probably win the game. I highly doubt either one of them will control both though. So then it's really gonna just be a right down the middle bashing again, I think, between these two.
The most insane Goth War in this tournament I've seen was in between Jupe and Tegla actually, where it ended up with Tegla having like 40 military and 0 villages, and Jupe with I think 10 villages but 0 military at minute 25, and Jupe resigned. That was the most insane COD game I've ever seen. Because Jupe, like Tegla made his death ball, like onagers, traps, and siege in general. But
Of
Jupe
course.
kept raiding him, so Jupe ended up with no base, but Tegla ended up with no villagers. Alright, not a lot of rushing actually going in as you would expect normally. Both players going for a little bit more saber approach, and I can understand that in this final game. And look, the first onager already coming out for Tegla here. First onagers actually, 6 already.
What time are you in the game?
6:10 now.
Yeah, Tegla still has several onagers already.
Yeah, I just seen one approach my screen.
I gotcha. The funny thing about Tegla is he's making cavaliers. That's another thing I haven't really seen before.
And hand cannons are not that much used as well, are they? I've seen it sometimes, but not that often.
Yeah, hand cannons can be effective. Like the old school DM way would be to be building some hand cannons in the past, but I'd say right now LB is doing better cost effectively. Like look at the resources for both players.
Yeah, but he's still wasting so much army and he can't replenish that. Look at his population.
Yeah, LB needs to queue some units for sure.
And maybe a little bit more barracks, and maybe gather them in the back rather than sending them in the front.
Well, I like how LB has the scorpions there. He's really laying waste to a lot of those champions at Tegla's right now.
Yes, he's using the narrow point here quite well. And he's also taking the map quite well. He's placed the town center there. He has a Hoskal at his goals. He's trying to take the map.
It would be better if that town center was a castle, but that'll work. Right now, if LB would just make like maybe a bombard cannon, that would be really nice.
Bombard cannon, even Hoskals. I mean, look at Tegla's army. He has mostly halberdiers, some hand cannons, and onagers.
Yeah, hand cannons and those onagers though, I think would take care of any Huskarls. He just needs a couple of bombard cannons. I really think would do a lot of damage on Tegla army. And Tegla, he's got to watch out for the map control, but if Tegla just like kind of camps out this narrow choke point and then builds up a big eco,
oh, I think he's just going for it. Tegla is just going for it.
Pretty risky.
Pretty risky, but that's how he plays, I guess.
Yeah. Wants to kill.
And now the raiding coming in from LB.
Look how many onagers LB has queued.
Oh my lord! Oh god! Look at the scorpions.
Yeah, well that was okay. He got away with most of them.
Yeah.
He only lost what, 5?
That's the half of his army. Now the Hoskar raiding coming in, and they're just standing there for now, not doing much. And seems like Tegla has his momentum gathered up, and he's queuing halberdiers and hand cannons.
Yeah, what Tegla's doing is very all in, right?
Yes, that's the way he plays, I guess.
Yeah, he's basically blowing all of his resources for this push. Even making halbs, that just seems nuts. Well, I guess he's not really making that many halbs, but still, pretty crazy. And then the hand cannons, that was a really costly thing, but it'll end up being beneficial, or has been beneficial so far.
So if you look at the
LB is just waiting.
Look at the villager numbers. It's a little bit. It's actually drastically in favor of LB10, though. I would expect LB to gather army now in the back of his base or something like that. Even though he's under high pressure on the sides as well. Actually, he's getting quite heavily pushed on the side, even though he has a lot of resources. Can't really make army at this point in time. And Tegla seems at the absolute limit of his resources.
Yeah.
And GG called.
And LB still has. Oh no.
Yeah, he's called GG even though he has so many resources.
Oh my god. He called G. Oh my god. He was winning though. Like.
He has so many
Oh,
resources.
no. Oh.
That was a little bit anticlimactic.
How did LB just resign right there? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I guess that's one of those experience things. Like he just doesn't have the experience to realize that Tegla was blowing everything he had. Ah, man.
Yeah, I already slapped him for that. Resign.
Wow. Shocking way to finish the series.
Congratulations to Tegla. Well played.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah, very well played. I mean, he
unusual way of playing, very unconventional way of playing, but he made it work in actually all of his series. I think he didn't lose a single series in the tournament.
Right.
He won all the group stage matches, all his elimination stage matches.
Yeah, very well played by Tegla. He basically dominated this tournament.
Kind of the dark horse in this tournament. Not really a lot of people.
Definitely the dark horse. Yeah, definitely a dark horse. Wow. Crazy ending. Oh man.
Okay. So, any final words from you in this tournament? For this tournament?
Well, for this tournament, I don't feel like. I mean, it was really cool. I'm glad to have hosted it. I mean, the Rising Star. I hope we continue to do more tournaments that are friendly towards people trying out Deathmatch. I think DM in general has been, slowly growing. It's not that it's our aim to make DM become the new way to play AOC or anything. RM is definitely always will be the dominant way to play AOC, but we like to keep our own little spot, our niche in the AOC world, and it's cool to get some more new players kind of interested in it. And hopefully a lot of these players from Rising Star will be joining in the next DM tournaments, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard about. The DM World Cup, which will be coming up. That will be announced in the next couple weeks. Everyone could look forward to seeing that. And then besides that, yeah, congrats again to Tegla. I mean,
AKA Kunji.
Yeah, I would never have predicted him to go all the way because I didn't really know anything of him.
Well,
and,
after the group stage when he beat me, I said that he's playing pretty strong.
True. But I mean, like at the beginning of this tournament, he was definitely way off of my radar. I just never saw him coming. So, the dark horse, like you said.
Yeah, but he has a lot of experience. I mean, seems like a little bit more of an old school player, but he just doesn't play regularly, or if at all. If you go with Squeak's comment.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he has that feel to him that he's like kind of an old school player. He has some more experience. He knows how to win fights generally. He seemed to do that a lot better than a lot of players that he played against. So that's definitely working in his favor.
And he likes onagers.
Oh, he loves the onagers. Yeah.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching the DM Rising Star finals. I really enjoyed taking part in this tournament, playing and casting, streaming. Thank you for hosting, Kella. Thank you for.
Oh, thank you, Clem, for inviting me.
Thank you for co-casting.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope we will join us on the next stream. Good evening, everybody.